Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another online battle. Today we're going to be playing the Italian War mod for Medieval 2 Total War. I'll leave the link to the TWC page down below so you guys can check it out for yourself. I believe it releases on November 8th, so not too long, I think a week or two away from when I'm uploading this video. And it is based around the shot and pike era in Italy and has a campaign working with it and a really interesting recruitment system where instead of kind of just a flat cost for each unit in the campaign, it looks to make a bigger focus on individual people in that unit which actually make up the unit itself, adding in armor costs, training costs and stuff like that. But you guys can find out about that in the link in the description. But for now we are playing an online battle against pixelated Apollo. I am playing as Napoli and Apollo is playing as Milan, I believe. Oh no, he's playing as Florence today. And yeah, again, I've played this mod for about 4 or 5 battles and I feel like it really does do the shot and pike era justice. I felt like I was playing in a shot and pike era game, and instead of just kind of like, you know, playing a medieval game and trying to do shot and pike, it actually felt really realistic, I should say, as Apollo unleashes hell with his serpentines. So let's go ahead and slow it down just a little bit more because we don't want to miss any of this awesome cannon fire. I guess we'll find the devastation that he is wrecking on my front line. My god, that is brutal already. But we'll go down to 1 speed so we don't miss any of the action and run through the army comps. If you want to skip this, there should be a skip annotation on your screen, or I should just put a timestamp so you guys can skip to the battle in the description, which I think I'll probably be doing from now on. So we'll look at my Napoli army first. On my front line, I have I think 4 or 5 of these companion handgunners. These guys are my strongest riflemen and all musketeers, and they just do so much damage. I've kind of made up the majority of my gunners with these guys. They're really good. We'll speed up a little bit so they're actually walking. Then I have along the rest of my line, making up the majority of my pike infantry, are these Royal Guard. These dudes are super heavily armored, they're very well trained, and they can hold their own pretty much against any other pikeman unit. So definitely a strong pikeman for me to use. And they also have really cool like swords in their sheaths as well. Obviously you can see their armor. They are expensive because of this, and I did get a few extra than I'm normally allowed, so you know, they are even more expensive because of that. I've also tried to form my line in a kind of somewhat traditional shot and pike, shot and pike formation. I've tried to create it so I have, you know, gunner, pikeman, gunner, pikeman, gunner, pikeman, and some gunners in front of the pikeman portions of my line. So hopefully that, you know, that will work for me, you know, just having all my guns shooting the majority of the time. Because if I, you know, have them on my front line, they wouldn't be as effective as what I've got them like now. So yeah, as I was saying, mainly Royal Guard and these companion handgunners. But when we get over to my left flank, I have 1 unit of these companion pikemen. A little less armor. You can see we don't have as many or as much, you know, chest armor on, or leg armor, or helmets. Then for my cavalry force back here, I have hidden in the woods, I have a unit of these mounted handgunners, and these guys are brutal. They can hit and run and just cause so much damage to the enemy force. It's actually crazy. You can already see them volleying into the enemy line, you know, just picking away out of the woods, shooting shot after shot into Apollo's infantry line before the battle has even, you know, kicked off properly. Before Apollo's even got a chance to move, I am just causing so much damage to his line. Then finally, I have my general's bodyguard back here in full armor, glorious. And finally, I have 2 units of the serpentine and 2 units of these culverines. So I definitely have the high ground, and you can see already the amount of damage I am just, you know, causing upon Apollo's line. That's pretty brutal indeed. That looks amazing. Look at that. Look at the units. You can see Apollo's infantry line there. That looks really cool. So if we look at Apollo's infantry quickly and his men, his colourful Florence and Tuscany pikemen, he has the main line of these Tuscan pikemen making up, I think, 4 or 5 of his pike infantry units as his cannon moves forward. He has a serpentine right here trying to pick away at my line, but you can see the amount of shots coming in. Where are my shots coming in? I want to see this because I did just shoot them. They're going to land anytime soon. Maybe, maybe not. Oh well, we'll just carry on with Apollo's line so then we can watch it in more detail. Then on his front line, he has these piston handgunners. Again, very similar to mine, somewhat heavily armored. Then as we go along his line, he has more of these piston handgunners. more pikemen, but you can already see my mounted handgunners just getting around the flank and devastating them. Then finally, he just has some of his Florence citizen militia and some cavalry over here. So cool, let's go ahead and get started. I did kind of talk a lot during that that intro, so sorry if it was a bit long. But my infantry line is forming up right now. I definitely have a very strong position here. Having my pikemen and my handgunners all in the same position is going to really help me out, especially with my cannons just volleying. I have 4 cannons where Apollo only has 3 or 4. So I'm going to be doing a ton of damage to Apollo as he has to advance and kind of force him to come to me, which is what I always love to do. Over here as well, you can already see just the hell that my handgunners, my mounted handgunners have caused. Already whittling this unit down to 85, and I think they start off with 150. So almost sticking this down by half, which is just going to be huge by me. And I can just completely hit and run. Then I move in some of my cavalry. My Italian cavalry will move in to try and hit them handgunners whilst he was distracted. But I am going to get caught and just get the hell out of there. So seeing it wasn't a good move, I'm going to move out as Apollo moves in his Italian cav. And his more colourful Florence cav right there. But, you know, all this time where he's moving in, my gunners are just volleying into the sides of these horses. If I can whittle down his cavalry force, that's going to give me the mobility, and I already have the cavalry advantage, or the cannon advantage, I should say, not cavalry advantage. So if I can whittle that down, that's even better for me. So Apollo is moving forward a small skirmisher party right here. He's going to try and form up his best and, you know, try and do some damage to me. But I do get the first volley off. My line just unleashes upon him, causing huge amounts of casualties. You can see my my line sitting down, reloading. I've got my pikemen just behind that. And now my second line are going to volley over the heads. Give them hell, boys. Now my front line have reloaded, they're going to stand up and again give them a volley. But we do then just receive a volley then. Apollo does give us back some of the lead we just gave him. But the smoke is just everywhere right now in close quarters to these handgunners. And I'm definitely winning this engagement in the center right now. But my effective line of having all these handgunners is just going to really help me out. Because, you know, if Apollo wants to push through his pikemen into the front line, my handgunners can still shoot. But I've had enough of sitting around. I feel like I have a pretty nice advantage right now. I'm going to move my pikemen through the trees and, you know, just descend upon him. I feel like, you know, there's no point sitting around right now. I can push this advantage and claim victory right here. So I'm going to be doing so by moving up my pikemen. My handgunners, again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because I have these handgunners spread out throughout my line, I can use them as the cannon fire comes in, just to pick away at his pikemen as he's slowly advancing, because pikemen are very slow. So you can use your handgunners just to volley down, and the fact that, you know, I have them in between my line is just really effective as more pikemen advance down the line. Over here on the right side, again, you can see my handgunners just causing so many casualties as Apollo's line is going to rout now on this right flank. The handgunners are just too much, and that's going to allow them to just volley into the backs of these Florence militia over here. He is going to continue to push on here. I think he's caught a unit of my cavalry, so that's pretty good for Apollo right there. He's going to be able to start taking away at my cavalry force, but the main line is advancing. My Royal Guard are pushing on against his Tuscan pikemen, and I mean, look at my Royal Guard. They look very, very elite right now. Very, very elite. And they're just going to be pushing on the enemy. Same over here. Just the entire pike line has met. This is what I'm saying, you know, even though these pike lines have met, my handgunners can still, you know, put down a hell of a lot of fire. And that was a huge hit by Apollo's Culverin or his Serpentine. Look at that, just slaughtering a good 20-30 men in this Royal Pike unit. But they are royal. They will not be deterred by the cannon fire. Here's some of his pirates there shooting point blank into my Royal Guard. This Royal Guard unit is taking a hell of a pounding right now. But as I said, they are elite. They will push on. And you just see the devastation they've caused, the destruction of this unit, just tearing through Apollo's Florence or Tuscan pikemen. It's just so brutal. And again, because of my formation, I can advance these pikemen and also shoot my handgunners really effectively into Apollo's lines and just cause so much damage. I'm going to be moving my cavalry around this right flank. After a few engagements I didn't show just because we were looking elsewhere, my cavalry got the upper hand, and we're going to be pushing in against Apollo's own cavalry, trying to whittle this down. The sooner we take care of this, the sooner my cavalry will be able to go elsewhere in the battle. The main line is fierce, but these pirates just do not stand a chance right now. The Royal Guard just racking up so many kills, and the pirates just can't deal with them. They're a really good stealth unit, and again, as you can see right here, I've managed to create a gap in Apollo's line where my handgunners can still do damage, but my pikemen can still do a lot. Apollo's going to see this though and instantly charge me with his pirates, charging into the gunfire like they don't even care. And I think these guys are going to be strong enough to take care of my handgunners. But again, I'm getting good flanking shots here. Apollo's trying to move around his pikemen, you know, to meet these areas where more of my infantry are going. But my handgunners are there just to pin him down. This formation definitely helped me out. And my Royal Guard are going to be breaking Apollo in the center. The left flank, which we... Oh my god, look at all these dudes. They look a lot more like there's a lot more of them just because of the color of their uniforms. But my Royal Guard are so strong. Over here, however, he does have his Florence citizen militia. They're going to be doing decently against my company pikemen or companion pikemen. But again, I'm kind of using these guys. I'm sacrificing these guys and just using my handgunners just to shoot, you know, shot after shot after shot into these soldiers to whittle them down. As well as that, again, I still have my mounted handgunners just shooting into them, just killing so many. These guys got so many kills, and if you're interested to find out how much, just wait to the end because I will look and show you guys. It's pretty ridiculous. Apollo does still have a few cannon positions left, but as you can see by the balance of power, it's looking very much in my favor. Here we go. A cannon shot, is that going to do any damage? That's going to do quite a lot of damage to this Royal Guard, but you know, these men are heavily trained. They do not, you know, they're trained not to be scared by gunfire or cannon fire. They will march on just like the old guard, saying "Viva la Florence, Viva la Florence." Oh no, we're in Naples. Apollo's Florence. Viva la Naples. It'd be weird if they said "Viva la France" or "Viva la Florence." So we're going to be taking on, you know, just picking away, using my cavalry to go charge down this artillery position. I saw that it was still up. Going to be engaging Apollo's general as well. So overall, this battle went really, really well for me. And there we go. Routing Apollo's general is going to be huge for me. We're going to charge down his cannon positions right here. And I mean, overall, having the artillery position and just having more of it really allowed me to force Apollo to come to me. And then just I feel like my superior formation just won me that battle. It really did. And obviously their mounted handgunners were just so good. So my men have pretty much won the day right now. I don't think there's any infantry left by Apollo. There's a few men still remaining. These Florence citizens are going to be running from the battlefield, fleeing for their lives. And I believe Apollo may have a few infantry left. But my Italian cavalry are going to be chasing them down as fast as they can. And again, something I haven't mentioned, the uniforms really, again, just immerse you in this era of, you know, the shot and pike. It's really good. I really enjoy this mod. I might live stream it at some point when it does come out, if I have time. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, definitely go show some love for this, because I feel like they've done the shot and pike era justice. They really, really have. You know, for a Medieval 2 mod, I feel like they've done this definitely justice. I think the last position up here, Apollo has a final last stand. I'm using my handgunners, my cannons just tearing him apart, and I'm advancing my pikemen as fast as I can just to finish up this battle.
Is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
As Apollo moves his last assault forward. You brave men, there is no escape for you, and now they're just running into the fire and the flames, into hell itself. Just getting picked away by my handgunners, and my Royal Guard are fast approaching. Again, my cannon fire actually hitting some of my own handgunners, I'm going to get a pretty nice cavalry charge over here, hitting away the last of Apollo's handgunners. And now that remains is only 2 units of these pikes, which are just going to get outmatched. I know these are actually halberdiers against my pikemen. They're just not going to stand a chance. Apollo's general unit is going to be charging in, getting some decent kills into my companion handgunners. But again, these halberds, their weapons just aren't long enough right now. And my pikemen are just tearing them apart. And then we have some of my Italian cavalry just pouring into the back of the enemy line. And I believe that's all she wrote for this battle. We're going to be pushing on and just killing the rest of Apollo's general right here as the final amount of my infantry just turn up. So overall, I lost, not many men in this battle. It was very, very good. And again, I'm going to put this victory down to my formation. Having the gunners and the pikemen kind of, in one line really, really helped me out. I put any additional pikemen or any additional handgunners in front of my pikeman line as well.
We are blessed.
And there we go. The enemy general has been slain.
This is a clear victory.
And it was a clear victory indeed. So I deployed 2,400 men and I only lost 800 of them. Apollo deployed 3,000 men and lost 2,800 of them. So yeah, a very good victory for me. A very good victory indeed. If we look at my kills, all my Royal Guard, the 4 units of Royal Guard I did really well, killing 200, pretty much all of them killing 200, one of them getting a few less, but very, very good. The Culverines, my cannon force didn't really do that great, 20, 16, 16, 20, so actually bringing them wasn't that great, if I'm honest. But then if we look at my where are they right there? Oh no, that's how many men are in the unit. What the hell am I talking about? But yeah, very similar actually. Very, very similar. But yeah, if we look at my mounted handgunners, I got 423 kills of them. That's just insane. That's literally like they wiped out 2 units by themselves of pikemen. Just really, really good. So as I said, guys, make sure to go check out this mod. I'll leave a link in the description. Drop a like and a comment if you enjoyed this and want to see more. Also, if you have any third age replays or any replays on this mod, feel free to send them in, or any replays in general. Send them in to my email address down below, and I'll be sure to check them out, and you might see it on my channel, you might not. So again, drop a like and a comment. I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.